And we have loaded into the game. So I'm curious to see what the teams pick as we get the camera into position nice and swiftly. And we hop over to the point. So, interesting choice already. Looks like it's going for Reinhog for the defending team. Interesting choice from K1ck Gaming. So K1ck are on blue side and Danger Dogs are on red side at the moment. It looks like they're going for a heavy Farah spam actually. Not quite sure if that is going to stick through. Let's hop into the spawn, get this all set up and good to go. I somehow don't think they're going to be running the Torbjorn, 3 Farah, 1 Lucio, 1 Reaper. I do believe they're just messing around in spawn. So alas, I somehow doubt that's going to stick. However, for this defending team, holy moly, the camera has a mind of its own at times. Do bear with me. We are seeing Roadhog. Roadhog is kind of interesting. If they do not have a Reinhardt on the enemy team, this is actually incredibly effective. What can happen is Roadhog will just sit behind the Reinhardt shield and basically fish out for picks. Every single time he can grab someone, he hopefully will land hooks. We'll jump on board with him when that starts. And he'll be looking to hook, especially like Farah, Mercy, anything he can get a hold of basically, because that will just be an instant kill. Otherwise we do see Symmetra. Where is she setting up her web? It looks like she's setting up some of her stuff in the hotel and around the back there, so she's looking to stop any flanking units. Meanwhile, Ruler waiting on the sides. So, let's jump into the air as the attacking team gets going. And it looks like they are running D.Va and Winston, so I'm expecting a very fast push here. As they all come out, Winston going straight in. He has to be so careful though, as the two tanks are fairly isolated. They do manage to catch the D.Va. She goes down pretty much instantly. And we're going to jump on board with Quad. See what damage he can land up in the air as the Farahs do engage in a nice aerial duel. Taimu there with the damage amp. They have to be so careful in this offensive team. They do not have a forward barrier. They only have Winston's barrier, and that's not the greatest for just advancing. And down goes Mercy on the attacking team. That's a huge drop there. That means that her ult will not be up in time compared to the defending team. As again, more damage just rains in. Looks like some pressure going down on the point. Ruler dealing a huge amount of damage to D.Va there. Reaper really does mince those tanks, and down goes this poor tiny Korean girl. Ruler taking a lot of damage, but just cleaned up, and Lucio doesn't quite manage to get his ult up. He will have it up for the next push, however. Roadhog, however, is good to go on his ult, so we'll jump on board with him once this next push starts. And it looks like Mercy just trying to deal some shield damage. Let's jump on board with D.Va, see where she goes, see what it's like being D.Va at the moment. I don't imagine it's going to be pretty. She does have a bomb ready to go, so let's see where this is going to get placed. As they do slowly advance onto the point. They're going to be so careful without that Reinhardt shield. And there's the nerf this. It looks like the bomb's going right to the point. It's a good position on the corner. They do also manage to use that fire ult to take down the Roadhog. It's a good start to the push here, but they've got to be so careful. Quad is still alive, up in the air, dealing damage, and he does have Justice. And there's the Mercy ult. There's the Earth Shatter as well. And down goes some of the tanks. Look, they're in so much trouble here. D.Va's knocked out of her mech. She's going to get cleaned up in no time at all. The teleport is good to go as well for K1ck Gaming. That will get them back to the point nice and quickly as Quad looks for the cleanup. Let's jump back on board with him. He still has the barrage as well. He didn't actually have to use it that last push. So I'd be curious to see when he fires that off. That said, they do have Mercy ult good to go. And it looks like Razor's Edge here does have the Death Blossom ready to go. This could be huge if he manages to land it. He's forced to Wraithform away from that Roadhog hook. And to be so careful, Winston going ape on the point. Not really going to be able to do much. They have actually swapped to a Mei now on offense. They're going to try and freeze down, especially that Roadhog. She's going after it, but that's actually a really dangerous fight. Mercy just healing up that freezing damage. Mei can't kill that on her own. Meanwhile, Farah in the air, laying some damage, trying to get it past that damage. Oh god, frozen. And there's the two barrages just crossing over each other. Roadhog does manage to go down, and there's the offensive Earthshatter as well. Offensive Res, and it looks like they might be able to take the point. That said, they will be coming... Oh, I'm sorry, the defending team looks like they've stabilized. Res not quite good enough. Whole hog fired out. That's going to suppress the team. 2 minutes 15 seconds left on the clock. They still have the Mercy Res on the attacking team, however. So it's going to be curious to see when that comes out. Farah launching up, trying to get what damage she can, trying to look for a good pick on the back line, get past that Reinhardt barrier. Some damage going in, but that said, Reaper just right below. Can they get the finishing blow? It looks like no, he's going to pick up the health. Can they finish him off? There's Mercy. She's a little bit vulnerable over there. They have to be so careful. And it looks like they swapped to a Junkrat as well. Symmetra picked off on her own, Quad out of position. She's not going to survive. And oh dear, Farah almost hit the camera. And Ruler, oh dear, contained in the Winston bubble. Doesn't quite get a good use out of that Death Blossom. Mercy now taken down. It's just Mystic left on the point as Reinhardt. He's going to get knocked for 6 by this absolutely furious gorilla. Let's jump on board with him, see what he's doing. He swings around and, oh dear, there's the hammer down. The Earth Shadow does land. It will stall out this push, and I don't think they're actually going to be able to take it. That teleporter gets everyone back in place just in time to defend the point. Oh dear, yanked out the air. Farah in trouble. Let's jump on board with Roadhog. See what he's going to be looking for. He is keeping an eye out for the gorilla in the back lines, but he's going to be looking for picks, especially that Mercy, that tasty Mercy. Let's see where he's going to throw this hook. Doesn't quite land it on the fire, and there we can see May's ult on the point. That Blizzard, so good for stalling people. Roadhog trying to buy time for the team, just pushing them back, and oh dear! Farah ult on Farah ult action, as one Farah does take out the other. Defensive team looking good for this push. The sound barrier is active on them, but that's it. The rest just picked up the defensive team. We still haven't seen the Mercy res on the offense. And we do see the Junkrat ult go in. That's not going to hit anyone coming from the front like that. Again, a missed hook from K1ck. Doesn't quite land on that Farah. That said, she's in so much danger. She's just caught out on her own, and there down she goes. You can see the defensive Lucio looking for some damage, looking to keep everyone alive and pressure on the point. But that said, so dangerous now. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to take it. The Mail is up and running, and they have actually used that offensive res. Can they actually take the point? It is being contested. Mystic here, and there's the Death Blossom. Down goes Mercy, I believe. And that's going to be huge. No Mercy on the point. Lucio's coming back in. He does have sound barrier, but there's only 2 seconds left on the clock. No one's contesting. And Winston just on the point, just in time. There's a sound barrier on those two. That said, whole hog is up, and that's going to keep them off the point long enough, I think, for this overtime to tick down. First map goes to K1ck Gaming. Well, first half of this match goes to K1ck Gaming. This means if K1ck Gaming can take the first point in time, well, if they can take the first point at all, they win this map. Player of the game from Quad, no big surprise there. Quad is an excellent fire player. Everything I've seen of this guy has been pretty top notch. Landing some good rockets, landing some aerial suppression, beautiful stuff. This is what I expect to see. So far, nothing too unconventional coming out of K1ck Gaming. They might actually run a 3-tank lineup. Looks like they're deciding. What will it be? It does look like a 3-tank lineup at the moment. That said, they can change at the drop of a hat. It's more interesting to watch the defending team, I think, especially after the 10 seconds of the Assemble Your Heroes time is done. And I almost call them Diamond Dogs, which is Metal Gear Solid, but Danger Dogs. Mercy holding onto her ultimate so often. Can't quite get that off. That said, you have someone like Quad hunting you down, it's going to be difficult. And I sense shenanigans. I'm a big fan of shenanigans in the spawn. I'm a massive fan of shenanigans in the spawn. Oh dear. It's a Reinhardt fest. Unfortunately, I do not think they're going to be running that. Let's see where the team decides to set themselves up. They do have their own Symmetra. It looks like she's going to secure the statue. This health kit, super important to fight around. So as you're pushing in, of course, it's a very strong point to retreat to. It gives you a little bit of cover, and it gives you that all-important about 200 health on that thing. It's very nice. The score should still be 0-0. This is Stopwatch format, so the first map isn't quite decided yet. If K1ck Gaming can secure that first point, they will take the first map. So we see the first push coming out. And we do see the 2-tank lineup. They are running a Winston on offense. Let's jump on board with Quad, see what damage he can find over the top. And see what he can look for. D.Va actually jumping in. Let's swap to her. Let's see what Taimu can do. Has found the Mercy. Is dealing a huge amount of damage to her back. And she's going to just get hunted down there. Farah also just shoved off the point. And this could be a very fast win for K1ck. Just the Reinhardt left on the point. Quad is over top. It looks like they're trying to finish off the Reaper first. Lucio dealing some damage into him. Is picked out actually. Doesn't quite have the damage, and Quad goes down. A surprising hold there, in my opinion, for Danger Dogs. It looked like K1ck had it, but they just overextended a little bit, perhaps. Didn't quite finish off important kills. Ruler, how much ult does he have? 60%. He's almost good to go on the Death Blossom. That will not take long to charge up, especially if he can get into Reinhardt and D.Va here. 80 90%. They're looking for that. I can hear an Earthshatter go off. That's an offensive. That's a defensive Earthshatter actually, but doesn't manage to actually have any follow-up. The Reinhardt did die soon afterwards. There's the get owned. That's it. Mystic in position to defend against it. Farah going over the top, looking for what damage she can to finish it off. There's the barrage, but just eats a rocket immediately, and down she goes. And there is a res, but not quite enough, I think, for the team to take it. Reaper firing off his ult defensively, keeping the point for just a little bit longer. K1ck here just caught in his zone, does manage to take out the fire, but Razor's Edge is just going to clean up here, I think. What button to see? F12. There is a monkey very angrily smacking people around on the point. That said, it is very easy for Reaper to get the damage in to take that out. He still hasn't come down yet, and it looks like Mystic is going to be looking for his Earthshatter here. He's charged through into the back. Can he find a good Earthshatter? There it goes! Kratos just stuck in the middle. D.Va now knocked out of her mech, and this could be it. It looks like they've done it. They have secured it. The first point, that is map 1, K1ck. As GGs are called.